Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will demonstrate the use case of DhiWise. So I have been using this platform for a week now, and I was trying to understand how it works and how it will give a better development, how it will reduce the development time of a experienced developer. So in my use case, what I basically do is when I start a project, I have a design team, right? So the design team creates a design, and then what I do is I take the design and then I create the design by myself in Flutter. So it takes a lot of time. So the UI is basically same thing, right? I have to use multiple widgets, so those things take a lot of time. So that's a very problem that is solved by this platform. You will say, why device, right? So if I speak about other platform, there we have to drag and drop all the elements and create the UI there. But if I am a developer, I will not like to drag and drop items or components and make the UI, because the UI is already built by the other built by the designer, right? So here what we can do is we can import those design into the platform, and then we will get the code exactly like how they have made it. And also the fun fact is, the design is not just deep integrated, like the width or the height is not exactly the width and the height that is in the Figma design or in the XD design, but it will be responsive according to the screen view. So the code that will get generated, I will show you in the upcoming later part of the video. So this platform device is in the beta state. So this is free for all. Everyone can use it and take a tour of the platform. So here I will show you the same thing, and I will tell you how you can make application in device. So I have created a simple to do application UI. Okay, so if you see here, I have a splash screen, a onboarding page, a start page, and then a login sign up, and then a simple add page, and a simple home page and a dialog page. Okay, but you may think, how the platform will come to know which is what? Like it's a fab button, it's a circular avatar, and then it's a button, excuse me. So in order to recognize all those widgets, what device have come up with is they have created a design system, Figma UI kit 2.0. So here what they have is basically they have created a whole design system, and they have all the icons and everything that we will need in our application. So as of now, there are the components list is not very high, but they are working on the component, and I'm sure that, let's say, by the first quarter of the, so according to the team, they will be adding more widgets by the first quarter of the 2023. So here if you see, they have created app bars, they have bottom bar, they have particular design also. See, if they have four types of design, then they have tabs, they have slider, it's a carousel, we have page indicator, then we have text field, drop down password. Similarly, we have outline form, so there is form, and then we have form elements, we have toggle button, OTP UI, then they have clipboard field, so progress indicator, and many more. So dialog, bottom sheet. So basically they have covered everything that will be needed in a day-to-day application on building MVP, right? They have a grid view, and also they have a staggered grid. So these things are also present here. So now what we have to do is basically, when we are creating the UI, here, let's say I want to add a button. Okay, so I want to add a login button. So let's delete this from here, and let's say we have this. Okay, now what I will basically do is I will come up to this place, and then I will come to this button area. Okay, I will see which button I should need. I will need. So let's say I will need this button. Okay, yeah, I will need this button. Okay, so I will copy this and I will paste it here, and then I'll just reframe it according to my UI. Okay, I should change the color here. I will use my theme color, so it will be this one. Okay, and we are done. So I can change the text also, so I will make it login. Okay, and then I will just change it to bold. So where is regular, and then it's bold. Okay, okay, we are done here. Okay, so now similarly for all the other widget, you have to simply take those design and then put it in your design. Okay, put it in your Figma. Now here is one thing. You may think that how the website will understand that the same page has been used for a dialogue, right? So I had this same problem. I was not able to understand how the platform will understand, okay, we have to show a dialogue over this page itself. So basically what they have come up with is a simple way. So let's say I have this page, right? I have this UI. Now what I can basically do is I can just copy this. Okay, copy and paste it. Now with this, what I have to do is I have to come up to this page, and then I will go to the dialog screen. Okay, now in the dialog screen, if you see, they have this whole thing, the overlay, right? So basically they have the whole overlay with the dialog. So what I will do is I will just copy the whole thing and then paste it over this. So if you see, I have added a what to say, I have added a backdrop as well as the dialog box. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me just unselect everything, then come up to here, then I just select the background, select the background only. So rectangle, yeah, rectangle. No, this page. Okay, dialog, copy that, come up to this page and paste it here. Now you see we have the overview, or the background, and then we have the alert box. So what we just have to do, we have to align this with our with our design, and just paste it here. Okay, it should align. Now you see the website will figure out that the dialog has been added to this page itself. So the backdrop makes the change. When you add this background, it will understand that this page is not a individual page, but it is the same part with the dialog. So now that we have the design, okay, let's go to the platform itself, and then we do a simple sign in. Now if you want to create from a template they have already built, so what they have done is basically they have created their own template using this platform. Okay, and they have given you the ability to use this itself and then make your application. Okay, so this is a very good thing. If you are just trying to build a MVP of, let's say, a e e-commerce or a bidding app, so you can easily use this and change the color or the font and everything. But okay, but as I'm a developer, I will not be using the template, right? So what I will do basically is I will do a create blank app. So here I just write to do, and then I will select the technology. So as of now, they are able to they can just give me a Android specific code or the native one, or we can also use Flutter. Now here I have to select, either you have to import from Figma or Adobe XD or Sketch. So in our case we'll take Figma, and then I just have to copy this line or copy the link, and then come up to this place and paste it, and it will create the application. So it will take some time and it will import all the design. Okay, then you have the ability to choose which screen you want to keep in your application. So let me just choose all the pages, right? You also have select all, so don't have to select in one by one, and then I can submit. So basically what this will do, this will take the design, it will analyze all the design, it will figure out the components, and then it will generate the code for this whole UI. Let's wait for a few minutes. Okay, so if you see here, they have identified all this widget. They have identified some custom widget. They have a auto. They have also auto set up the validation. So we have password and email field, right? So they have automatically added the validation in this two page, which is login screen and the sign up screen. So how easy that makes, right? It is not just creating the UI, but it is also adding the validation to those fields. Then we have dialog, so they have also identified a dialog and back navigation and Google authentication. So they have a function, right? We have a Google function, so Google button. So they have also identified that it is a Google authentication button, and it has already added a Google authentication function. So let's get started. So now it's a very simple part. Okay, so here what they say is choose your splash screen. So I will say intro is my splash screen, and then from intro where they will navigate to. So basically I don't have to specify, okay, this is the splash screen, and after 2 seconds you go to this page. They will automatically do it through this process. Okay, submit. Okay, so now here you see we have all the pages here, and I will show you how to configure it. Okay, so you can already see the navigation is added to the splash screen. Let me make it much bigger. Okay, okay, so if you see here, the navigation has been added to the splash screen, so I will not be looking into that. Now I will go to this onboarding screen. Okay, I will click on configure. Okay, now you see the code is in a simple format. You can see, right? Here, each map indicates a widget. Okay, so if I select here, so this is the view, or they call it the dynamic view, if I have not mistaken. So this is the dynamic view portion, and this is the code. So now in this next button, if you see, they have shape, variant, size, font style, and everything. Now what I need to do is I want to add a navigation. So let's see how to do that. I'll just press enter, and then you will see that we have automatically the suggestions will automatically come up. So these are the suggestions: margin top, margin right, has multiple ranks, all these things. The main thing that I will be using is on click. Okay, so on click I will just need to add a function. Okay, so now let's see, when I press on control space, it will open up the suggestions again. And here they say that whether you want to do a API integration or a authentication. Back navigation, navigation, back navigation is just a back navigation, so we don't have to custom write that. So here I want to do a navigation. Now here what I have to do is basically I have to write the function name. So I will say navigate to start page. Okay, I'll press submit. Okay, now this is the editor they have created. So here what does it say? It says please choose the type of navigation you want to add. I want to add a screen navigation, so I want to go to the next page. And now it has automatically opened up the UI part, where it will tell me select the page you want to go to. So from the onboarding page, I would like to go to the start page, right? Yeah, I will go to the start page. So I will click on this start page. Now it will ask me if you want to add some parameters, right? If you want to add some data from this page to that page, you can also write in the arguments, but in our case we don't have to do that. So I will just save the changes. Okay, and then I will come back. So here if you see, we have added the mm, data. Okay, we have added the function. Let me just uh, go back to this page again, because this website is much more configured for the small screen, maybe I would say. They are working on it. I have spoke with the team, and yeah, so now I have added. So if you see, okay, changes, cancel. Okay, maybe I'm having some internet issue. Let me load, reload the page. Okay, onboarding, intro. I'll go to the onboarding screen. Yeah, okay. Okay, this went out. Okay. Now when I click on this, if you see here, it says navigate to the start page. Okay, we are done here. Now let's go to the login screen. Here you see I have a login button, and it has automatically added a on tap login with Google. So authentication has been added here. Similarly, I can also add this login function, and then if you come to this page, what I really wanted to show you is this one. So I go to home screen. Okay, then I will go to this Figma button, Fab button. Now here I want to add a on tap. Okay, custom button on click. Now here I just will see what we can do. It says show alert. Okay, but I don't want to show alert. I want to open a dialog box. So I will add navigate. So I'll write show add dialog. Okay, I'll submit. Now here it says what type of navigation you want to add. So I want to add a dialog. Okay, now it will automatically show all those pages which are considered as a dialog page. Okay, so if you see here I have a UI, and it is considered as a dialog page. Okay, now once we have done that, it will not navigate from the home page to another separate page and show the dialog. It will basically open the dialog on that page itself. Okay, so this is how you can easily navigate to one page to another and also write all the dialogue. So as a Flutter developer, when you are trying to show a dialog, you have to write show dialog, then you have to go to you have to write a builder, then you have to go to alert dialog, show alert dialog, and then you can write the UI, right? But here it's just a two-line thing. So how easy it is, right? Okay, so here it says edit empty one. Okay, so here the name is not right, so I will say home underscore screen. Okay, then home. Okay, underscore they will automatically add. I don't have to add that. I just have to write home screen. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now that we have done this, we will go to code view. Okay, I have to build the app first, right? So it will generate the code. So if you see here, they're using a very good pattern. They have a main function, they have a code. Inside the code, they have all the things that are required, like utils, network, and everything. In the data, they have API client, model repository, localization. uh, this is a very added bonus, right? They are creating the localization files for each of the strings that we are adding. Then we have a presentation where we have all the screens, then routing, theme, widget. Everything is clearly mentioned, and they are using, I would say, the website or device is using the get management and Flutter Toast library and connectivity. So it's a very like say I will say that they are not using much packages. Instead they are doing it very natively, or you say that they're only using the stuff that are required and are present in the Flutter platform itself. So let's wait for the work to done get done. Okay, allow always. So I will go to the code view now. Okay, so let's see the code. Okay, we have the code here, and if you see, they have a proper documentation in the readme file. Then let's go to the library. You see, we have a main.dart. Now, in the main.dart, they have added, the website has added localization. Then we have a proper routing process. So if you go to the routes, you will see that app route has been created. So these things are very tedious. If you are building multiple apps at a time, you will be very frustrated to do this every time. Okay, so this is a very life-saving feature for us. So let's go to the app decoration. We have app decoration, we have all the files like outline, then we have app style. Here you have all the functions created for you. So let's say you are using a Lato bold, uh, 32 size, so it is doing all these things for you. Then we go to the presentation screen. So app navigation, they have binding file. Okay, it is, so what does it doing is it's basically binding the app navigation controller to your page, to the screen. Then you have a controller. This controller is also written, so all the template is given to you. You just download the code and start coding, right? You just have to add the functions and that's it. So model, you have also you have a navigation model. If you want to create a, you have to pass data from this, or you have to save data in a format, so you can just use this navigation model. And yeah, so this is the format. Now the one more interesting thing about this is, if you go to Google Auth Helper, see all these functions are created for you already, logged in or login process, sign out process, everything is here. Okay, then we have API client. So you can add your APIs, get APIs, everything here itself. Then if I go to the code, I go to the util, I have color constant, excuse me, color constant, initial binding, logger. Okay, now here if you see, there is a size underscore util file. Inside here, what they have basically done is, the website is taking the width and height of the UI that you have created. So this size, height and width, 375 and 812. So 375, 812. Okay, and then they are creating the responsive size using this, get horizontal size and the get vertical size. So what they are doing is, the pixel that we are writing here, so let's say I'm giving a pixel here which is, what is 327 into something, right? So what it will do, it will say 327 into the width of the design. So it will give you the percentage, and then by the device, so it is just giving you the relative percentage to the design that you have created. So this makes it much more production ready, I would say, than any other plugins or anything that you will be using, which will just write, which will just give you the exact size. So if you are using 37, then the height will be 37. Now, if you are using it on a bigger device, what it will happen is that it will still say a 37 or 337 width, and it will not expand. So in this case, this has been handled very gracefully. So this is the code. Now, if you want to download, you can just directly download the whole project. Okay, so there is an option, you can directly download the source code. Okay, not a issue. See, it has downloaded the whole zip file here. Okay, so you also have the ability to sync it with GitLab and GitHub. Now, I should say, like, once you have the code, right, again, then you have to, normally what you have to do is you have to download it and then you have to sync it. But here what they are doing is, they can easily sync it from here. And then what I can do is, basically I can just take the code from there, and then I can select which repository to add, and it will automatically do it for you. And then you can just get the repository from GitHub and then start working on it. So how cool is that, right? So yeah, these are the things that are present, like the beta um, platform is providing us. And I think this is a very good thing for a advanced developer who is starting with a new project and want to cut their time building the application by getting their UI code like built for you within few minutes, right? So yeah, and everything is not good, right? So here are some of the features that are missing that I have personally spoke with the team and they are working on it. So here, if you see uh, this this platform is has not added all the widgets, right? So if you see here, these are not the widgets that we have. Like, these widgets are only half of, I would say that 50%, right? So they are working on the widgets, so they have already created expansion tile and everything, and they will be adding it in the near future. So once you start with the platform, it will like once they have added all the things, it will make your life a hell lot of easier, and you will be what to say, I would say that you will save a lot of time while building this while building your application with DhiWise. So yeah, that was the overview of this platform. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, and I would make sure that I answer all of them. And yeah, so thank you for watching this video, and I will meet you guys in the next one.